give a big applause to him.
Honorable Chief Guest, Triple RC, Oxfam, the officials, and the fellow participants, good morning to all of you. And who are from outside Cox's Bazar, welcome to Cox's Bazar, the tourist spot in the Bangladesh. So we are talking today, it's a really critical and it's a big issue. We know the people who came from Rohingya. The Rohingya, they're suffering here. They're like staying here in a cage. They're like, it's a prison. We know that, we have sympathy for them. But still, you know, it's our country is Bangladesh, and you know, we are highly burdened with the population, and we have enough population. We have limited of resources. So from the people from who are working on that, you must take it in your mind. As a Bangladeshi people, we must say that we have so many problems. As a police officer, we're working on law and order. You know, after the situation arrived at 2017, the law and order situation degrades. We are trying our level best. You know, we have lack of personnel, we have lack of logistics, but still we have to deal with 1 and 2 million Rohingya peoples. So we also should keep in mind that the Cox's Bazar is a one and main tourist spot in our country. So it also facing so many problems with the Rohingya peoples. You know, they are coming out from the Rohingya camps and coming here, and they are doing some criminal activities too. So we have to rethink about all those issues, including the law and order, including our financial, including our strength. Some of our colleagues, our guests state that we must think about their management. Okay, sure, we must think their management, their rights, their points, but we also should not forget about the repatriation. It should be the main and first goal. After that, we can do our other management. And the Oxfam is doing with the WASH, definitely. They have the rights, they have the humanities. We must do what possible for us. We must work as much as possible, we will work for them. And we also doing that. So we are trying, and the people from UNHCR, from other, our Triple RC, our respective secretaries are also here. I will request them, never forget the issue, and if they stays, we should develop our strength too. The people who are working here, you must develop our strength to overcome the problems. This is all from my part. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you, Nazmul Saqib Khan, for your kind words, and you explored some critical areas, particularly from WASH perspective. I would like to welcome UK Singh, SP, APB, and Ukhia. Sir, if you can come to the dais and share few words, particularly from your perspective, how do you see this crisis has been transformed, as well as from the WASH perspective that we are discussing right now. Please come on the stage, and we'd also like to sit here for the till we finish this opening session.
Thank you. Today, chief guest, respected Secretary and Joint Secretary, RRC, and Oxfam representative. Everybody, good morning and Assalamu alaikum. I will talk both Bengali and English language. Since the coming from the Arakan state, a lot of Rohingya people have been living here in 𝐭𝐞𝐞. And 𝐭𝐞𝐞 is one of the densely populated upazila in Cox's Bazar district. And as long as they are living here, our APBN police, that means the armed police battalion, have been deployed to serve law and order situation within the camps area. স্যার পাশাপাশি স্যার আমি এতটুকু বলতে চাই যে আমাদের যে 2017 সালে in 2017 August month, when a lot of Rohingya people entered in our Bangladesh after being tortured in their own country, then our administration of Bangladesh government deployed the armed police battalion. Before armed police battalion, the district police were deployed for the law and order situation in the Rohingya camps area. From this time, since time, আমরা স্যার মোটামুটি আমরা এই রোহিঙ্গা ক্যাম্প এরিয়ার ভিতরে আমরা সার্বক্ষণিকভাবে আমরা যে 3টা ব্যাটালিয়ন পুলিশ 8 APBN, 14 APBN and 16 APBN, which is located at Taknaf Upazila, and 2 battalion are strongly contributing the law and order situation in the 𝐭𝐞𝐞 camps area. আপনারা সবাই জানেন যে a lot of people, more than 1 million Rohingya people are living in that Rohingya camps area. তো এই স্বল্প সংখ্যক আসলে আইন শৃঙ্খলা রক্ষাকারী বাহিনীর সদস্যগুলো দিয়ে এত বিশাল জনগোষ্ঠীর আইন শৃঙ্খলা রক্ষা করা এবং পাশাপাশি মানবাধিকার রক্ষা করা আসলে খুবই টাফ। তো আমরা সার্বক্ষণিকভাবে আমরা যারা আইন শৃঙ্খলা রক্ষার কাজে জড়িত, আমরা সবসময় চেষ্টা করি যে আমরা যে জনগোষ্ঠীকে সেবা করার কাজে নিয়োজিত, আসলে ওরা কিন্তু আমাদের কোনো বাংলাদেশের নাগরিক না, এরা হচ্ছে আমাদের বিদেশি নাগরিক, কিন্তু ওদেরকে রক্ষা করতে গেলে আমাদের সার্বক্ষণিকভাবে যে বিষয়টা লক্ষ্য রাখতে হবে এটা হচ্ছে তাদের হিউম্যান রাইটস বিষয়টা, মানবাধিকার বিষয়টা। তাই সার্বক্ষণিকভাবে মানবাধিকার এবং 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 যে ধর্ম বর্ণ নির্বিশেষে, অর্থাৎ জেন্ডার নির্বিশেষে আমরা যেন ওদের সার্বক্ষণিকভাবে যেন আমরা রক্ষা করতে পারি বা হিউম্যান রাইটসটা যেন আমরা সেভ করতে পারি, এই বিষয়টা আমরা সার্বক্ষণিকভাবে এটা আমাদের নলেজে রাখতে হবে। তা আমরা যখনই আমাদের রোহিঙ্গা ইস্যু নিয়ে বা আইন শৃঙ্খলা সম্পর্কিত বিষয়গুলি নিয়ে আমরা যখনই আমাদের ঊর্ধ্বতন অফিসারদের সাথে কথাবার্তা বলি, তখন আমরা আমাদের কিছু অফিসারদেরকে আমরা চাওয়ার ব্যাপারে আমরা সবসময় আমরা অনুরোধ করি অন্তত জেন্ডার ইস্যু সম্পর্কে যারা সচেতন ওই সকল অফিসার বা ইন্টারন্যাশনাল এরিয়া সম্পর্কে মোটামুটি আইডিয়া আছে বা আন্তর্জাতিক যে জনগোষ্ঠী এদের সম্পর্কে কাজ করে যে সকল অভিজ্ঞতা আছে ওই সকল অফিসারদেরকে যেন আমরা অন্তত রোহিঙ্গা ক্যাম্পে আমাদের ব্যাটালিয়ন পুলিশগুলিতে অন্তত মোতায়েন করা হয়, আমরা সে ধরনের করি আমরা। তো তারপরে I would like to thank the Oxfam authority to organize such a nice program to raise awareness about the Rohingya people, Rohingya community, legacy and realities of Rohingya response. এবং আজকের এই প্রোগ্রামটা আয়োজন করার জন্য আমি আসলে অক্সফাম কর্তৃপক্ষ এবং RRC কর্তৃপক্ষকে আমি আন্তরিকভাবে আহ্বান জানাই এবং আমি পাশাপাশি অনুরোধ করব বা আহ্বান জানাবো আমাদের এই কক্সবাজার অঞ্চলের এই বিপুল জনসংখ্যার ভিড়ে নুজাই উপজেলায় অন্তত আমরা রোহিঙ্গা জনগোষ্ঠীর জন্য আমরা সার্বিকভাবে অন্তত কিছু একটা করতে পারি, কিছুটা অবদান করতে পারি, অন্তত যতদিন ওরা আমাদের এই দেশে আশ্রিত হিসেবে বসবাস করবে অন্তত আমরা যেন ওদের সবার মঙ্গলের জন্য আমরা কোনো না কোনোভাবে অন্তত অবদান রাখতে পারি, তাদের মানবতার সেবায় যেন আমরা নিজেদেরকে নিয়োজিত করতে পারি। তো আজকের এই সুন্দর একটা অনুষ্ঠানে এতগুলো সম্মানিত অতিথিদের সামনে আমি কিছু বলার সুযোগ পেয়ে আমি অত্যন্ত গর্বিত মনে করছি এবং আমাকে কিছু বলার সুযোগ দেওয়ার জন্য আমি আপনাদের সবাইকে ধন্যবাদ জানাচ্ছি। থ্যাংক ইউ অল।
Thank you, sir. 𝐭𝐞𝐞 APBN 𝐭𝐞𝐞. So we want to take this opportunity to launch a book. As UNHCR representative in Bangladesh, she will leave soon because of our another engagement. So I would like to bring my attentions to my colleagues. Please give the books to the stress. So as a background, very short, we have developed a photo story book where we have the current narrative that Ashish Dam and probably our RRC sir will talk about. So আমি বইটা একটু সামনে দেওয়ার জন্য অনুরোধ করছি। সো এই বইটার মধ্যে আমাদের রোহিঙ্গা এবং হোস্ট কমিউনিটির 8টা স্টোরি আছে, আপনারা দেখতে পাচ্ছেন। একটু গ্লিম্পিস যদি একটা দেখি। এবং এই বইটার মধ্যে আমাদের আশিস ডামলে দ্বারা একটা লেখা আছেন, মেসেজ আছেন আমাদের সেক্রেটারি স্যারের, মেসেজ আছে আমাদের ট্রিপল আরসি স্যারের, একই সাথে ইউএনএইচসিআর রিপ্রেজেন্টেটিভ একটা লেখা আছে। বইটার মাধ্যমে যে কথাগুলো আমরা এতক্ষণ বলার চেষ্টা করেছি সেই কথাগুলোর একটা রিফ্লেকশন আছে। আপনাদের প্রত্যেকের সাথে একটা ব্যাগ আছে, সেই ব্যাগের মধ্যে বইটা আছে, আপনারা চাইলে সেটা খুলে এখনই দেখতে পারেন। এবং এই বইয়ের মাধ্যমে আপনার কারেন্ট যে কথাগুলো এখন আমরা কথা বলছি সেটার একটা প্রপার রিফ্লেকশন পাবেন। দ্য ওয়ে উই হ্যাভ ডিজাইন দিস প্রোগ্রাম, আমরা যে ডিসকাশনটা করব, আপনার হাতে এই বইটা নিয়ে গেলে কালকে পরশু বা 1 মাস পরে যদি বইটা খোলেন এটার একটা রিফ্লেকশন পাবেন, সো দ্যাট উই ক্যান হ্যাভ এ ডিউরেবল অর সাস্টেনেবল ডিসকাশন অ্যান্ড সলিউশন অফ দিস রোহিঙ্গা রেসপন্স। আমি যারা মঞ্চে আছেন সবাইকে একটু দাঁড়িয়ে বইটি ওপেন করার জন্য অনুরোধ করছি, এবং যারা অফিসিয়াল, হ্যাঁ, আমাদের প্রোগ্রাম ডিরেক্টর মেহমুদা আপা এবং আতাউর ভাই অ্যান্ড আমাদের জুবাইদ আপাকে একটু মঞ্চে আসার জন্য অনুরোধ করছি। প্রোগ্রাম ডিরেক্টর অফ অক্সফাম মাহমুদা সুলতানা, আতাউর রহমান হেড অফ হিউম্যানিটেরিয়ান রেসপন্স এবং হেড অফ সাব অফিস কক্সবাজার অফ রোহিঙ্গা রেসপন্স জুবাইদ আক্তার, তাকে একটু মঞ্চে আসার জন্য অনুরোধ করছি। সবাই এই বইটা খুললে আমরা চাই যে আপনার বইটা খুলে এর প্রচ্ছদটি দেখুন, তাহলে আমরা খুবই কৃতজ্ঞ থাকবো। এবং You see, there is a very powerful photo, যেটা ওয়াশ যে সেন্ট্রিক নিয়ে আমরা আজকে কথা বলার চেষ্টা করেছি। আপনারা জানেন অক্সফাম 2017 সাল থেকে এই ওয়াশ সেক্টরকে ট্রান্সফরমেশনের জন্য খুবই গুরুত্বপূর্ণ ভূমিকা পালন করেছে। তো সেই জায়গাটায় সবাইকে একটু করতালি দিয়ে আমাদের এই বুক উদ্বোধনের সেশনটি শেষ করি। থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ। আমাদের যেহেতু সময় কম, আমরা একটু উই আর রানিং বিহাইন্ড দ্য টাইম। আমরা এখন বক্তব্য শুনতে চাই আমাদের কক্সবাজার ডিস্ট্রিক্টের যিনি ডেপুটি কমিশনার ডিসি স্যারকে একটু মঞ্চে আমন্ত্রণ জানানোর আগে স্যার আপনার সম্পর্কে একটু বলতে চাই। আপনি গভর্নমেন্টের এই যে পেশায় প্রায় 20 বছরের উপরে আছেন, একই সাথে আপনি ইউএনডিপিতে কাজ করেছেন, A2I-তে কাজ করেছেন, আপনি ক্যাডেট কলেজে পড়াশোনা করেছেন, ইউনিভার্সিটি অফ কুইন্সল্যান্ডেও আপনার পড়াশোনা রয়েছে। আপনার কাছে পার্টিকুলারলি দুটো বিষয় একটু জানতে চাই। কারেন্টলি আমরা টেকনাফে একটা ওয়াটার ক্রাইসিস দেখতে পাচ্ছি স্যার। এই ওয়াটার ক্রাইসিস সাথে অ্যাজ অ্যান অ্যাডমিনিস্ট্রেটর অফ দিস ডিস্ট্রিক্ট, হাউ ডু ইউ সি টু অ্যাড্রেস দিস পার্টিকুলার চ্যালেঞ্জ, ওয়াটার এবং স্যানিটেশন হাইজিন যে বলছি। সো লেট মি ওয়েলকাম মোহাম্মদ সালাউদ্দিন, ডিসি কক্সবাজার। প্লিজ গিভ এ বিগ অ্যাপ্লজ টু হিম। স্যার, ফ্লোর ইজ yours.
How much time do I have? Respected Chair, esteemed Chief Guest, Honorable Secretary to the Government, Ministry of Disaster Management and Relief, esteemed special guests, august gathering, Assalamu alaikum and good morning. This is indeed no less than a privilege and an honor for me to be here as being invited in this wonderful event where all the plumbers are here. We have seen a lot of things for a long history, and it also signifies this August gathering actually signifies and embellishes the unwavering commitment towards addressing one of the biggest humanitarian crises at the border, yet least celebrated across the world. we have successfully developed, a mammoth architecture of collaborative actions, palpable innovative solutions, and pragmatic policy transformation. The book that has been just opened, unveiled, has illustrated the collective efforts in a particular area. Throughout the history, we have seen that the greenery of the southern Cox's Bazar has changed. We have seen how the Rohingya crisis has triggered the natural, lush greenery of the southern Cox's Bazar, especially the hills and the forests. Suddenly, overnight, they turned into barren hills, dipping into the paleness and anguish and despair, and also hopelessness. Nevertheless, with a lot of collective effort, we have successfully been able to, obviously with the passage of time, the greenery has been revitalized through organized policy, humanitarian support, community forestry, mini farming activities. And when I say the greenery, it's not just the physical greenery, it's the color, bringing the color back to life. There are so many good things that we have achieved so far that we can celebrate proudly, but yet there are issues that we should acknowledge. Since we are focusing on the FDMN camp, there are issues which are actually permeating and actually pilfering out of the FDMN camp and actually affecting and contaminating and intoxicating the adjacent communities and also the faraway districts of Bangladesh as well. The health infrastructure of Cox's Bazar was designed mostly for 2.5 million people. Now it's 4. And this inadequacy is actually hitting us hard. To be specific, in last 1.5 months, in St. Martin Island, we couldn't have ensure any institutional birth because some of the projects were actually withdrawn. And I have visited Teknaf recently. I have seen the similar situation in healthcare services. Family planning. We are celebrating a lot of things in family planning, but 2 numbers that actually always nudges me, disturbs me. The first one is the CAR, contraceptive acceptance rate. We claim that is 79 in the camp, but at the same time, the population, the demographics shows that the 55% of the population is actually less than 7 years. That raises a question mark. So before celebrating too much, we have to answer to that questions, and the questions actually asked to ourselves. We have seen the law and order situation. It's much improved in last 2 months. We haven't seen any gunshot. We haven't seen any hooliganism inside the camp. That's really a tremendous effort put by the law and order situation, law and order agencies and all together. But at the same time, we have to admit that the snatching and the petty crime within the Cox's Bazar city has gone up. So things are permeating, things are actually spreading in other ways. We have public health issues. We know that in Teknaf, Ukhia and Shodor and adjacent areas of Ramu and other places, we have to establish a lot of establishments in public health, but we have We have some regulations on top of our head, which is one of them is ECA, Ecologically Critical Area Regulation. So we cannot keep going on constructing things around this place. And we have many inaccessible zones alongside the areas near the shoreline and also in other places. Food and nutrition is being taken care nicely. But the thing that actually disturbs right now is a water shortage in 𝐾𝐞 and 𝐞𝐞 area. Recently we have seen projects from DPHE that there will be some reservoir in 𝐞𝐞 which actually ensure water supply to 𝐾𝐞. So that is a good thing, but I think that would actually take few more years down the road. So till then we have to think of some other alternative solutions. I know these are the things that are much said, and I'm not the first one who are uttering these words, but we have to keep asking these questions over and over again so that we can keep ourselves alive and awake. So I believe the book that's just been unveiled will meet the need of many researchers, policy people, and also many avid learners and readers, and also many practitioners. But we have to walk a long way. We have to work out many palpable solutions which are innovative and creative in nature. So I thank all the departments, agencies, organizations and individuals for their wonderful efforts. And I'm quite sure when I mention that many of the departments are there which we actually never mention, but we always acknowledge, who work behind the scene and who doesn't require so much of acknowledgement. And their response to this humanitarian crisis is enormous. So I thank especially to our RRRC and his office for arranging, and also Oxfam for arranging this wonderful event and your magnificent effort, and also inviting me again. I thank you all. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your words. Particularly, you are reflecting on the crisis, water crisis, in particular in টেকনাফ and 𝐞𝐞. আমরা এরপরে আমাদের স্পিকার ছিলেন আমাদের নাজবুল আবেদিন স্যার। যেহেতু উনি একটু ফোনে কথা বলেছেন, আমরা এই সুযোগটা নিতে চাই। আমাদের একটা ভিডিও ডকুমেন্টারি আছে, স্যার আস্তে আস্তে আমরা ভিডিও ডকুমেন্টারিটা দেখতে চাই। সো ইটস অল অ্যাবাউট দ্য কারেন্ট স্টেট অফ রোহিঙ্গা ক্রাইসিস অ্যাজ ওয়েল অ্যাজ হাউ ট্রান্সফরমেটিভ জার্নি অফ অক্সফাম, particularly in WASH, has been instrumental in this crisis. Our colleagues, if you can play the documentary, that would be great.
Plumbers are often unseen, but their work builds systems that turn health hazards and hygiene issues into solutions. At Oxfam, we take pride in being the plumbers of the world, solving critical problems and meeting dire needs, bringing clean water to parched lands, turning waste into resources, and transforming lives even in the world's most vulnerable communities. Cox's Bazar, one of the largest refugee settlements in the world. Here, every household has stories of resilience and hope. Imagine over 700,000 Rohingya refugees fleeing violence only to find themselves in overcrowded camps where every basic need, clean water, sanitation, and safety was absent. The challenges were monumental, yet amid this chaos, Oxfam and partners, with guidance from the government, responded with clean water, sanitation facilities, and hygiene kits, saving lives from the very first day.
The Rohingya crisis, as we know, is one of the biggest humanitarian crises in the world. But the real story doesn't start here. The immediate need of such big population is to have a proper defecation sites. And if that not being addressed, it immediately turns into a massive health disaster. So So Oxfam intervention in the very first time is all about the wash facilities, right from the movable, portable toilet, then to have the entire wash infrastructure, later on to have fecal sludge treatment plant.
Across the camps, Oxfam and its partners' expertise in water and sanitation has earned it a unique title, the plumbers of the world. Solar-powered water networks now deliver clean drinking water to thousands, reducing risks and ensuring sustainability. Beyond the immediate, Oxfam's initiatives create lasting solutions for Rohingya and host communities. Fecal sludge treatment plants and composting sites serve thousands of people, protecting health and the environment.
In Rohingya camp, what I have found in 2017-18, Oxfam was the instrumental in the wash sector particularly. They have provided the technical support in establishing the largest fecal sludge management project in the camp.
Collaboration is the cornerstone of sustainability. Partnering with government, donors and local organizations ensures that solutions are not just temporary but transformative. When the massive Rohingya influx started in 2017, it was hard to understand the complexities of the crisis. From early days, it was the local communities who first offered help, sharing their homes, food and clothes. The government of Bangladesh allocated resources, ensured safety and facilitated humanitarian aid, connecting local and global partners. Oxfam, the plumber of the world, has been supporting the influx from the very early days with life-saving assistance and an innovative approach. For years, the world has treated this crisis as an episodic tragedy, responding to immediate needs. Yet, as years passed, the weight of this crisis began to strain the host communities. Resources dwindled and international support wavered. Bangladesh's response to the Rohingya crisis is a testament to the power of collective actions. But as the challenges grow, so does the need for unwavering international support for the largest refugee camps in the world.
থ্যাংক ইউ। আমাদের তো সময় কম, আমি এই মুহূর্তে আমাদের মঞ্চে আমন্ত্রণ জানাতে চাই মোহাম্মদ নাজমুল আবেদিন। উনি জয়েন্ট সেক্রেটারি এবং রিফিউজি সেলের হেড, মিনিস্ট্রি অফ ডিজাস্টার ম্যানেজমেন্ট অ্যান্ড রিলিফ। স্যার, ফ্লোর ইজ ইয়োর, and it would be good if you can talk about from your perspective, particularly as you are dealing these refugees things from the center of the government. So how do you see the WASH solution is being transformed, as well as from your perspective the future challenges, if you enlighten us. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Respected chair of this session, chief guest, special guests, and august audience. Assalamu alaikum. First of all, I'm sorry for missing my time of speaking because of some personal issues. And also, I thank organizers for inviting me here. From the morning, we are listening about the problem that we are facing now and the way forward. As all of you are here, Rohingya crisis is well known to us and how we are managing. And I think Oxfam, as we heard, is instrumental in handling this issue. Now, we are running short of funds. We are facing fund issues because of US situation, US presidency changeover. And we are thinking of reshaping our response to Rohingya crisis. But as a representative of the government and as I am working as a joint secretary in the Ministry of Disaster Management and also working as the head of refugee cell, I can assure you that government will continue its role in responding Rohingya issues, and also government will take care of Rohingyas as long as they are staying here. And for Oxfam, I thank Oxfam for dealing with Rohingya issues, and as they are continuing in WASH sector, as they are continuing WASH sector, I congratulate Oxfam for continuing this one. Now, because I am facing some problem, let me go to my scripted speech. Despite the challenges, the government of Bangladesh remains committed to addressing this crisis with resilience and innovation. Through comprehensive planning and partnership, we continue to provide essential services in the camps, including shelter, health, education. So notably, our collaboration with organizations like Oxfam have led to the implementation of groundbreaking initiatives such as solar-powered water system, sustainable fecal sludge management, and gender-sensitive sanitation facilities. These efforts are not only saving lives, but also setting benchmarks for humanitarian innovations. Our strategic focus extends beyond immediate relief. Under the Joint Response Plan 2024, we aim to equip the Rohingya with skills that align with opportunities in their homeland, ensuring a dignified and voluntary repatriation when conditions allow. This approach underscores our belief that repatriation to Myanmar is ultimate solution to this protracted crisis. However, until that goal is realized, we must work together to ensure that the Rohingya can live with dignity and hope. The government has also taken steps to mitigate the socio-economic and environmental impacts on host communities by strengthening local infrastructure, enhancing public service, and promoting coexistence. We are working to create a balanced approach that benefits both the Rohingya refugees and their Bangladeshi neighbors. This event serves as a vital platform to reignite global attention and inspire collective actions. The photo exhibition, insightful session, and discussions today will showcase the incredible resilience of those affected and the tireless efforts of all stakeholders involved. It is also an opportunity to explore innovative solutions and share best practices that can drive sustainable outcomes. And with the word of Sambul Rizvi, as she has left, I said that we should not lose hope. Although there is fund crisis, although there is political change, our ultimate goal is repatriation, and before repatriation, we have to keep the Rohingya refugees here. We have to give them hope, we have to give them better life, so that when they will go back, inshallah, in future, go back to Myanmar, in their land, they will go back there as skilled, as educated, and as confident. And to make them confident and skilled, we need to serve them here with programs like WASH program of Oxfam and others working here. And I thank Oxfam for their continued support in enhancing them skills here for the FDMNs and for our host communities. And with this, I want to end here. Thank you for your continued commitment in this cause. Together, let us reaffirm our resolve to support the Rohingya and the host communities and to work towards a more just, equitable, and sustainable future. Thank you.
Thank you, Nazmul Abidin sir, for your speech. Now I would like to invite our guardian in Cox's Bazar, who has been dealing this crisis for a long time as an additional RRC, now as a RRC. I would like to invite Mohammad Mizanur Rahman, currently serve as a RRC in Cox's Bazar for the Rohingya response. We'd like to hear from you, particularly from the very early days. How do you see this crisis, and give us a pathways how we can take a solution of this crisis? Sir, over to you.
Assalamu alaikum, very good morning to all of you. So much have been talked so far, a little to be shared, but I spoke on the video, and also my words are published in the books. So even I have something to share with you in this auspicious program. Thank you very much, Chief Guest, Secretary Sir, for coming all the way from Dhaka, and colleagues from the ministry, and Deputy Commissioner Cox's Bazar, colleagues from Police Department, my CICs, colleagues from different organizations, UN agencies, NGO, INGOs, particularly war sectors. It's a wonderful gathering, and also we are sharing each other our, understanding, our knowledge and good practices. First of all, the program is unique in kind so far. The government office is collaborating with one INGO in organizing this program. This is unique in nature so far. I have never been, seen this sort of program. So I'm very happy to be part of Oxfam, initiative always. I can share you one of my very unique initiative already taken along with Ashish Da, who is the country director of Oxfam. We have been frequently asked by the different groups and individuals that what is the financial contribution of the government in this crisis response. And we could not actually give, proper answer to this question because we do not have data. In 2017-18, when I came here, we had a lot of efforts in the field. And in my office, currently, 48, civil servants are working. And alongside the police, more than 2,000 police personnel, particularly dedicated for Rohingya response, APBN. District police, in addition to that, RAB, in addition to that, even one brigade of military are working here. And the DC office, including the other government offices, they are also working. But we could not calculate what is the financial contribution in this crisis response. So I requested Ashish Da to come up to have a good research on that. So I'm very much thankful to Ashish Da that they finally gave the proposal, and very recently we signed tripartite MOU on a research initiatives, the Oxfam, the RRC office, and Ministry of Disaster Management and Relief. And very good news is that the university like Oxford is on board for this research project, and hopefully within 1 year this will be finished. And the title is The Cost of the Crisis, and particularly the government contribution. So Oxfam is like that. I'm always, happy to be part of Oxfam initiatives. And when, as Shariful was talking about the 2017 experience, we are not prepared to receive so many people in a very small, in a very short time. The time is, I think, it started in late August and finished in December, January. So it is a very short time. Within the short time, more than 700,000 people crossed the border. There was no arrangement for this, so many people, It was a late monsoon even. So there's no wash facilities there, But the organization like BRAC, Oxfam, they started, working. And that, the Bangladeshi people particularly, the local people, Ukhi and Teknaf people, I always, express my gratitude to the local people. If I have the opportunity to reward them, I would reward them with Nobel Peace Prize, because that thing they have been doing in the local people. So that legacy we set up, the legacy now we are talking about, the legacy of managing so many people in a very short time without any preparation. And even the international organization were not at that time in the field. We Bangladeshi people, the local people, we used to manage this huge crisis at that time, and not that much cholera outbreak we experienced. Not that much. Even the people came with, the malnutrition, severe malnutrition. Even they came with the cholera outbreak, but there was not that much death toll. That happened in even 1978 in flux time. We heard that the 10,000 people at that time died because of cholera. So this time we managed it and we set the legacy. So now if you talk about the wash sector, it's a very critical sector in this crisis response. Out of 8-9 sectors, it's a very critical and very cross-cutting, It goes with health sector in hands in hand, And when you talk about the large number of population in a small area of land, and land is difficult terrain, topography is not easy, accessibility is not very easy. So the critical plus critical. And if you talk about TECNAF, we do not have water, underground water. So we have to manage the surface water. Now the winter season, as long as winter season continues, we have to, cut the ration of the water there. It's now 10 liter per head per day. It might be cut even down to 5 liter per day per head. It's a severe condition in TECNAF. Still, we are managing it. So, lot of good practices, lot of, shareable knowledge we gathered in this crisis response. So, this platform can be the, a platform to share all the good practices with the other colleagues, and it can be replicated in our national, WASH practices and also beyond the border. That's very important. And about the realities, we have been now receiving many bad news regarding this crisis response. So one is that the fate of Rohingyas are always remain uncertain. But after the development in the recent development in the Rakhine state, it is more uncertain. We do not know what will happen to the fate of this ill-fated people. In Rakhine state, which has been their motherland for more than 700 years, they have been ousted from their motherland, and it has been occupied by another armed group, Arakan army, and they are treating the Rohingyas as they were treated by Tatmadaw before, and more severely even. They are now burning their houses in Butidong, Rathidong, and Mongdu, and still the people are coming to Bangladesh territory. And we had to receive more than 60,000 new arrivals in recent, 6-7 months, So that is not the good news. What I understand, the crisis is touching the climax so far. I don't know what will be the denouement and what will be the finally happen to their fate. And on the other hand, we are receiving the news that the US administration is cutting the fund. So that's not the good news for them. But as Ashish Da was talking to me yesterday, we must not be, hopeless, because we have set our legacy to manage this crisis, and we have to work together, and we must keep these people hope alive as long as they are in our territory. And we government, we have been trying our best. We need the support from international community, as you have been supporting us for at least for last 7-8 years. And it is good news for this crisis is that person like Professor Yunus has become the ambassador of this community for globally. He is talking about the Rohingya, and he has proposed for a special conference of UN, and 106 countries endorsed for this special conference immediately. Hopefully in next July, August, this special conference will be held somewhere, in Middle East or Europe. So that will be wonderful achievement. And government has appointed one very experienced diplomat, ex-diplomat, who is at the status of advisor, who has been working as high representative on Rohingya issues to the chief advisor. So government has been very keen to solve this crisis, and hopefully we will be reaching to our destination. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ স্যার ফর ইউর স্পিচ। খুব সংক্ষেপে স্যার তার অভিজ্ঞতা দিয়ে শুরু করেছেন অক্সফাম এবং RRRC এবং মিনিস্ট্রি অফ ডিজাস্টার ম্যানেজমেন্টের সাথে যে এমওইউটা হয়েছে কস্ট অফ ক্রাইসিস নিয়ে, তার ডিটেল আউট করেছেন। একই সাথে ওয়াশের গুরুত্বটা স্যার তুলে ধরেছেন। শেষ পর্যায়ে সলিউশনের কথা বলতে গিয়ে যে বর্তমান সরকারের যে এই বিষয়ে ফোকাস আছে, ডক্টর মোহাম্মদ ইউনূসের কথা বলেছেন, একটা স্পেশাল কনফারেন্স ইন্টারন্যাশনাল অর্গানাইজ করা হবে, সেই বিষয়টি নিয়ে কথা বলে স্যার শেষ করেছেন। আমরা আমাদের এই ইনগ্রেশন সেশন একবারই শেষ পর্যায়ে। আমি এখন মঞ্চে আমন্ত্রণ জানাচ্ছি আমাদের সবার অভিভাবক, সেক্রেটারি মিনিস্ট্রি অফ ডিজাস্টার ম্যানেজমেন্ট অ্যান্ড রিলিফ, ডক্টর মোহাম্মদ কামরুল হাসান NDC সেক্রেটারি। স্যার, ফ্লোর ইজ ইয়ার্স।
Plumbers of the world, legacy and realities of Rohingya response. In this event, here present distinguished guests and dear participants, Assalamu alaikum. In fact, this is my privilege and pleasure to be here in this August gathering. And I was listening everybody's discussion here, and almost all pros and corners already been discussed. Here we can say that since the arrival of this Rohingya community, of this Rohingya people, even near past since 2017, but before that, two influx happened back in 1978, another one was 1991. And even as RRRC Mr. Mizanur Rahman was telling about the recent past 60,000 people, new arrival Rohingya community here in Bangladesh. So it's a huge gathering. Now it's exceeded 1.2 million people here in this small area. And everybody here expressed their very much concern that they are human being and they are growing up and they are passing their lives without having specific hope as human being. This is a big concern. We are having almost 30 to 33,000 newborn babies every year from this Rohingya community. And these people, these newborn babies are adding more and more pressure on their shelter, food, health facilities, and wash facilities also. So all these things we are thinking about, and we are just taking into our consideration what to do. What's the next? What's the last destination for these people? So we should think on this issue more and more deeply. And I thank Oxfam, and already we know that they did a tremendous job regarding WASH. Because these huge people, they are producing huge number of people, and this is a big issue to manage. For the management of this, they did a tremendous job, in fact. And today's arrangement, today's discussion meeting, of course, as RRRC was telling about, in collaboration with INGO and government part. I think this will bring us another solution and another area of thinking what we can do for the next journey. I think all the participants will do. And I believe that this event is an opportunity to showcase incredible work done by Oxfam. And of course, with the support of government of Bangladesh. I think it's also a platform for the discussion of critical issues and challenges which remains before us to make a solution, to bring a solution for these people. And Oxfam did some other jobs also. For this, I can say their sanitation master plan, water treatment systems, and of course their good global initiatives. Again, when we are just thinking about the all-out collaboration and our collective efforts for the management of these people, but we should not forget there are some challenges for the days to come, and we should think that these people are remaining in a small area, and the children are growing up having any hope. They are not having any hope, and they are not having any work to do. So for any young man, any human being is passing his time without doing anything, it's a potential threat to any destructive actions. We cannot say that there is no chance to grow radicalism or any extremism. So we should be very much keen to these issues, and we should not forget that these people should do something. And ultimate goal and ultimate thinking of us should be to get them back to their own homeland. Though JRP, Joint Response Plan 2024, has given some avenue for these people to make themselves sufficient, and there are some opportunities for their livelihood whenever they are going back to their country. But so far they are not going back to their country. They are sitting here idle, and they are posing a huge threat for the security of everybody. So we should think first that they should get back. They should be repatriated to their own homeland. And when I was just going to the camp areas and I was talking to them, and everybody just asked them, they're very much eager to go back to their own homeland. Of course, which we always say with safe and with safety and dignity. And I always request everybody, especially our friendly countries, our development partners and everybody, that we should raise our voice to get them back, to be repatriated to these people, so that they should go to their homeland with security, safety and dignity. And regarding today's workshop, I always encourage everybody, please deeply engage in discussion and contribute your thoughtful thinkings, and I think this will bring another avenue for thinking our next journey. With these few notes, I conclude my speech. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, sir, for your guiding notes. Kamrul Hasan, Indices Secretary, Minister of Disaster Management and Relief. স্যারের শেষ কথাটাতে একটু রিটারেট করে আমাদের ইনঅগাল সেশনটা আমরা শেষ করতে চাই। স্যার শেষে একটা কথা বলেছেন, রিপ্যাট্রিয়েশন ইজ দ্য আলটিমেট সলিউশন অফ দিস রোহিঙ্গা ক্রাইসিস উইথ সেফটি অ্যান্ড ডিগনিটি। অ্যান্ড আমাদের সব পার্টনারকে একসাথে এই বিষয়টি নিয়ে কাজ করার জন্য আহ্বান জানিয়েছেন। এর মধ্যে দিয়ে আমরা আমাদের ইনঅগাল সেশনটা শেষ করতে চাই। আমি আশিস দাকে অনুরোধ করবো, আমাদের যারা মঞ্চে অতিথি আছেন তাদেরকে নিয়ে আমাদের নিচে একটা ফটো এক্সিবিশন আছে, সেটার ইনঅগারেশন করার জন্য তাকে অনুরোধ করছি সবাইকে নিয়ে, অতিথিদের নিয়ে সেখানে যাওয়া। আমাদের যেহেতু একটু সময় লেগে গেছে, আমরা 15 মিনিটস ব্রেক দিতে চাই। 15 মিনিটসের মধ্যে আপনারা কাইন্ডলি এখানে চলে আসবেন। আমাদের পরবর্তী যে এক্সাইটিং টেকনিক্যাল ওয়াচ সেশন হবে সেটি হবে, এবং উই উড লাভ টু রিজিউম বাই নেক্সট 15 মিনিটস। ইন বিটুইন I would like to request Ashish Da among Triple RC sir bring them all the guests to the ground floor and inaugurate the photo exhibition. You can also join, take the tea from the here and go there and come here back again. Thank you.